Keiichi, you've got a daughter, yeah?
Nah, I'm single. That's my niece, actually.
You're back. Come on, we gotta eat this while it's hot.
Can you take care of that thing we discussed? Look, I'm cool with whatever, but if this tanks, Yui's gonna be really let down.
Yasumasa, I understand. Alright, next up.
Keiichi, are you planning to stay late?
Yui.
I saw you at the park the other day. That was your daughter, right? Your wife's probably dealing with a lot, so you should get home.
Actually, I'm single, and that girl's my niece. My name is Keiichi Sato. I'm a sales rep at Days, a cookware manufacturer.
Huh? Really?
She's the CEO of Days, Yui Shibata. Yeah, just watching her for a month while my sister and her husband are swamped with work stuff. But you're right, I should head home.
Huh? Is this,
I'm home. Huh? Something smells really good.
You're back. Dinner's ready. You're late. Come on, let's dig in before it gets cold.
Yui, why are you here?
I came to drop off something you forgot.
Thank you. Sorry you had to come all this way.
I've been here before with some other stuff, so I knew where it was. But you weren't home back then, Keiichi. Grandma had to go, so I stayed here with Yui. She told me it was cold out, so she let me in.
I see, so that's what happened.
So you're having trouble with the Don Don Foods recipe book collab, yeah?
Yeah, I'm not gonna make that recipe deadline.
I figured you'd be exhausted by now, so I went ahead and cooked. Plus, I got to test out the new recipe, so win-win, yeah?
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna go to the bathroom. Okay, so, while she's gone, I gotta ask, what the hell happened? You've been handling our recipe books for a while now, right? And yeah, we've done collabs with other companies before, but nothing like this, ever.
This time, the client specifically wanted recipes from cooking influencers and well-known chefs. But there was a miscommunication between Yasumasa and me, and I ended up using products that weren't supposed to be in the recipes.
So that's why?
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to submit the recipe by next week. I reached out to a bunch of people, but it was so last minute that nobody was available.
That would make anyone panic. Don Don Foods is famous for being strict about deadlines. So here's the recipe for what I whipped up today. I already grabbed some photos, so throw them in if you need them.
Thank you.
Alright, let's eat. Keiichi, what's wrong?
Oh, no, it's nothing. Something's up with Yui today. She's being way too nice. The next day.
Yasumasa! I wanted to ask you about the Don Don Foods project. I heard there was some kind of mix-up between you and Keiichi. Is that true?
Mix-up might be a stretch. Keiichi just got the wrong idea.
That's Yasumasa Takanami, the sales manager. He's my boss. From my perspective, it wasn't a misunderstanding. Yasumasa just didn't explain the things clearly enough.
I thought I explained it properly.
Arguing won't get us anywhere. Let me check the emails. Don Don Foods is part of the Don Don Group. They own companies in all sorts of industries. If we're thinking about expanding Days in the future, this project is important.
I understand.
Here you go.
Wait a minute. Yasumasa, your wording here is the problem.
Yeah, you think so?
The attached file list products due for renewal and items restricted to certain regions or seasons? Is that right?
Yes. That's exactly why I told him those products are tricky to use, and that he'd need to adjust things if he was going to use them.
But right before that, you were talking about reaching out to culinary experts. With that context, it sounds like you're talking about the recipes.
That's exactly what I thought.
I work in sales, you know. Why would I even tell him something like that?
You're right, but the client could have mentioned it. Your explanation was clearly incomplete.
I should have double-checked too. Yasumasa works fast, and I know he tends to skip details because of that.
No, that's not it. Anyone could have misunderstood things, given how this conversation went. Exactly. Honestly, it always feels like we shouldn't bother Yasumasa with small stuff like this.
What?
Kawada, what do you mean by that? Yasumasa always tells us the same thing. He says we should think for ourselves and act on our own so we don't bother you, Yui.
And Yasumasa's always busy too. He's the type who cuts out anything he thinks is pointless.
So it feels like we shouldn't bother him with casual questions. Yasumasa, why throwing my name into this?
I wasn't saying anything wrong. Honestly, we pull in way more revenue than most companies our size, and it just keeps going up every year. That's all. Thanks to your relentless efforts since you took over from your father, Yui.
Well, I do work hard, but...
As a small company, our requests can add to your workload. I wanted to make sure everyone was aware of this.
Look, I appreciate the intent, but that logic's backwards. If people are scared to ask stuff, you're just gonna create more work down the line.
I didn't mean it that way. Well, people interpret things differently.
I'm concerned about the Don Don project. I'll add myself to the schedule and,
It's okay. This is my responsibility. I'll handle it myself.
Huh? Right. Okay. I'm counting on you. Keiichi, I'll help too.
Kawada, are you sure?
I'll follow your lead to streamline things, so Yui can focus on her work. I've got some pretty reliable people working with me here. Once again, Yasumasa, please be more careful with how you communicate.
Okay, I'll work on being more clearer. With the company's new sales strategy, I'll be taking the lead on new projects moving forward.
Yeah? That's a little worrying.
A few days later, the change we talked about got approved.
Whoa, that's amazing, Keiichi. Having chefs put their own spin on Yui's recipes to fill the gaps? That's genius.
Yui's test dishes were all delicious, but Don Don Foods wanted recognizable names to create buzz. Anyway, once I explained the whole misunderstanding, they were cool with it right away. How's things on your end, Kawada?
The influencers we hit up earlier are totally on board, and we even snagged a few cooking-loving celebs. They're all down as long as there's a base recipe they can work with.
We really owe Yui big time. Sorry for dumping all the communicating with them on you, though.
It's fine. I'm just the middleman anyway. You're the one who's got it rough with all the coordination and paperwork.
But the schedule is still pretty tight.
Yeah, even with the test recipes ready, 1 week is rough, man. It'll be fine.
Yui, what do you mean it'll be fine?
I already contacted Don Don Foods myself. They said a few days delay is acceptable. What? Really?
Thank you so much.
I want everyone here to work at their own pace as much as possible. Mistakes happen. What matters is how you move forward. Honestly, Yasumasa should be the one handling this adjustment.
He's been busy chasing new deals, so he hasn't had time to manage the scheduling.
I mean, we've been getting more requests for materials lately. Anyway, that's the situation, so just keep doing what you're doing, yeah?
Got it.
I always thought Yui was strict.
Turns out, she's only strict with herself. With Yui's encouragement, we regrouped and submitted our recipes 2 days after the deadline.
Yeah, this looks really good. Let's go with this.
Thank you very much.
Sorry for taking so long to get this to you.
We take deadlines seriously, but what really matters to us is your attitude, not the exact timing. When issues came up, you adjusted and found a solution. We appreciated that.
It wasn't a big deal for us. Quick coordination is what we do best.
By the way, we work with a company called Doki Doki. They're one of our affiliates.
Aren't they the ones who run all those restaurant chains?
Yeah, that's right. Don Don Food supplies their central kitchen, and Doki Doki is currently looking for a supplier to replace the cooking equipment they use in their stores.
I see.
If you're interested, I could put in a word for you. What do you think?
We'd really appreciate that. All our hard work paid off.
Everyone else is already tied up with work, so Yasumasa will probably handle this one. There's gonna be a lot of information to manage, though. I hope he'll be alright. And just like that, Days landed a brand new contract. A few weeks later.
Yasumasa, there's a call from Mr. Iwahashi from Doki Doki.
Oh, it must be about the cookware deal. Yes, this is Yasumasa speaking. I'd like to confirm something about the materials you sent. The way it reads here makes it sound like we're handing over our proprietary cooking process as Days standard tech. What? No, there must be some kind of misunderstanding. I'm terribly sorry. We'll correct it immediately. So I wasn't wrong. Please make sure you verify these things carefully.
Yasumasa, we've talked about this before, right?
I was trying to be careful.
Yasumasa's documents are easy to follow if you already know what's going on. But here's the thing. For someone seeing them for the first time, way too much gets skipped over. Normally, Keiichi would go through and fill in the gaps. I'm guessing he's swamped with that recipe book project. So could someone else jump in and handle the review? Sure. By the way, is Keiichi off today? Yes, he called in sick. That's unusual. I'll be nearby for a meeting today. Maybe I should swing by and see how he's doing. Oh my. You must be the company's CEO. Yui, was it? Are you here to visit Keiichi? Yes, I happen to be in the area. Is Keiichi doing all right? He tweaked a muscle on the stairs. I took him to the hospital myself. And since it's his day off, he's resting right now. I see. I've heard about you from Keiichi. Huh? He said you're hardworking and really hard on yourself. But he's realized lately that you're actually super kind. He just doesn't want to be a burden to you. Huh? Keiichi's been pushing himself pretty hard lately. So maybe that pressure finally caught up with him. Would you like me to wake him up? Oh no, it's okay. Please let him rest. I'll get going then. Thank you for stopping by like this. I've been pushing myself to work as efficiently as possible for the company. But maybe that's been taking away everyone else's breathing room. Alright, I'm gonna change that.
From that day on, Yui started to change.
Morning. How's that thing coming along from before? No rush, honestly. Sometimes you just gotta let things sit, and they'll make more sense. Yui's been a lot softer lately.
Yeah, you're right. She's probably doing it for our sake. Yui,
Yes?
the coffee you always drink, where do you get it?
I ordered it from overseas. It's so good. Wow, that's fancy. None of you guys have a favorite bean? You've literally just been drinking that office coffee? Ugh! We do, but we're not allowed to bring it to the office. Huh? How come?
We were told we have to pay to throw stuff away, so, just bring a thermos or grab from the office fridge instead.
That's what Yasumasa told us. I only said I wanted to reduce plastic bottle waste. Look, I did say to use thermoses or drink that emergency water before it expires, but...
I'm back.
Yasumasa, perfect timing. There's something I'd like to ask you.
Wait, that's how it came across?
You skipped way too much information.
If it's explained like that, no one feels comfortable asking questions.
We were talking about plastic bottles at the time, so I thought people would understand from the context.
That's not the point. I share some blame for always being so busy, but still, we have a problem. We just received a warning letter for patent infringement.
It's a misunderstanding. We didn't infringe on any patents. But the materials submitted to Doki Doki clearly state that your company uses Kirameki's technology. We do have business with Kirameki, so I mentioned it casually in conversation, but I never imagined.
Kirameki is furious.
Honestly, that reaction is understandable.
Did you organize everything again and clarify the situation? Days and Kirameki collaborated on a project before, right?
So there was this document about the day's tech we use in the product, from that joint development thing. But when that flagged version got revised, they oversimplified it. And now when you read it alongside the other stuff, it basically makes it look like we're using Kirameki's patented tech.
The materials I reviewed came after that confirmation request, so I haven't really reviewed the earlier documents.
I'm back. They said it looked like we did it on purpose, and they wouldn't even listen to me. Doki Doki also said the order is on hold until the situation is resolved.
What should we do?
I'm terribly sorry.
I'll handle it.
Keiichi?
Handle it? What are you gonna do?
I'll go through all our past materials and find proof that we haven't infringed on Kirameki's patent. I'll also organize the original data behind the problematic documents and prove there was no intent to mislead anyone.
Yeah, that's our only option. Keiichi, since you've been managing our collab projects for ages, I trust you to work out the rights and get all the info in order.
Thank you. The Don Don Foods project is mostly wrapped up, so could you ping the legal department and our outside counsel? I'm trying to sync up with them.
Sure, I'll contact them right away. Keiichi, you can start the work immediately.
My bad. I'm counting on you.
Got it. And so I started working with everyone involved and began combing through a huge stack of documents. 1 week later.
Looking at this, it really does seem like just a coincidence. The earlier documents clearly spell it out too. This was our misunderstanding. I'm truly sorry.
No worries. I mean, the way it's written would totally confuse people though.
We sincerely apologize for the confusion.
I'm very sorry. In that case, we'll resume the order from Doki Doki, but please, make sure this doesn't happen again. Of course, we'll be more careful going forward.
We'll also strengthen our internal review process. We look forward to continuing our business together. Well, we somehow managed to resolve it. Thanks to Keiichi! Thank you so much.
I'm glad I could help.
Yasumasa,
Yes.
your speed at work is something I value. But, if it's sloppy, it means nothing.
I'm sorry.
Yasumasa, you work fast, I'll give you that, but you're kind of minimal with your communication. Try to loop people in a bit more.
Being busy is not a valid reason to overlook basic considerations. That's something I've come to realize myself, too.
Yasumasa, the way you communicated things also created misunderstandings with Yui. Yes, she probably could have handled it better, but you had a significant impact on how things played out.
Yasumasa, you'll be removed from sales and temporarily assigned to the General Affairs Department, assisting the legal department. I want you to undergo training and properly develop your awareness.
Okay, I understand.
And so, Yasumasa was transferred to the legal department, but
What's going on with this document? With wording like this, people can twist it however they like.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize there were so many things to consider.
This is just the beginning. You'll gain more experience from here on. Practice makes perfect.
Yes, I'll do my best.
Takanami's now in the legal department, spending his days getting hammered with strict guidance and wading through endless paperwork.
Man, I keep messing up. But if they're still giving me grief about it, that means I can still fix things. I gotta step up.
He began working hard to change himself, staying positive. Meanwhile, as for Yui,
Yui, the coffee you recommended the other day was amazing. Want to go grab some coffee together sometime? Sounds great. How about lunch today? Yay.
Yui has totally become everyone's favorite.
Oh, Keiichi. Keiichi, want to come to the cafe with us?
I'd love to.
What's up with you and Keiichi? Is he, like, special or something? What? No, it's not like that.
Enjoyed the video?
Then smash that like button and subscribe.